Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Mathani, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondy.
That's me.
And the rapturous Tony O.
Good morning, boys. Rapturous.
Okay. It's afternoon.
It is afternoon.
It's afternoon for once.
Yeah.
We finally got to record this at a normal time. Everyone got a full night's sleep. Everyone's been able to start their day. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
There's no puffiness in our eyes. They're all, well rested. And
I think there's
my
always
place
puffiness.
isn't lit with a single lamp. I have some actual natural light now.
I'm interested to see how Tommy uses the word of the day.
I was
for the rest
just
of the pod.
about to ask you the same thing. I already know how I would use it if I was an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
I don't
Interested
know
to
if
see where this goes.
I don't know. Maybe my meaning of the word rapturous is wrong. So let me look that up before I use it in any context. Okay.
Okay, Tommy.
Tommy, shining a wonderful light on the Canadian education system. Get us underway. I'll give you a hint at how it's supposed to be used, Tommy. Your team probably left the field this week to rapturous applause.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea have stolen a point off City. They have played 2 games against City this season, and they haven't lost.
Yeah.
City
scored.
won. Chelsea won.
I can just hear all those
It was
Liverpool.
like a 4-4 draw.
Yeah, so 5 goals against City,
Yeah.
And somehow you haven't won. But
Hey,
good
but they
results,
also
yeah.
conceded 5 goals to City and didn't
Yeah.
lose. So, swings and roundabouts.
Hey, I've been through plenty of, City scoring 5 against us games and more when we didn't score any. So
Do you remember the one we watched in the 2-0
that's
Kingston,
exactly the one I'm talking about.
where they beat you
Was it
6-0 and
Was it 6-0?
you walked in at about 2-0 down, and I still have a picture of your face from that, of you just staring into the middle distance as the goals flow in.
Really hard to forget about that game. Yeah, it's ingrained. That's one of the
we
worst
have a
times.
lot of great Chelsea City moments. My favorite's
Yeah.
still the Frank Lampard one. That was the best one. Yeah. Just to see your face, like, heartbroken. Your favorite player
There's
ever.
really not been many, I think during the Tuchel era where we actually had a
You had the
City.
Champions League final, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
like
the
under
ultimate.
Tuchel, right? We had him he had a way of beating City, but apart from that, we've usually been the whippy boys, honestly. And
Yeah.
this season's been a bit weird, whereas we've actually played pretty well. Like we set up pretty good in this game. It was just counter, especially on the right side, and we exposed City 3 or 4 times in that first half. I think Sterling had a good chance. Jackson had a good chance where he flubbed his first touch.
If your strikers had a collective one brain between the three, if they could all cobble together and put together one coherent thought,
Yeah.
you would have scored 4 or 5 in this game.
Idiots. Yeah.
I mean, overall, yeah. But I just mean in the first half, I think we played a pretty darn good first half. I know
You
Haaland
did.
had that easy header where he probably, if he puts it on target, goes in the first half. He had one in the second half as well. But yeah, like I said, Sterling, it was usually on that right side. Like City just leave a lot of space when they have possession, especially out wide. We took advantage. Midfield was pretty good defensively the whole game. Best defensive performance I've seen from the team. I think
Disasi was
I
good.
thought
Disasi,
Was the
yeah.
best.
I thought
I've seen
Disasi and Gusto in
Gusto.
particular had really good games.
I think-
Gusto, he was a bit shaky first 10 minutes, but after
was
that,
good.
I think he did a number on Doku.
Yeah. Doku, who is not... He's not impressing, I have to say. He's an elite
He
dribbler.
had that one game where he popped off with
Yeah.
4 assists
Bournemouth.
or something.
1 goal, 4 assists
Yeah,
against
and
Bournemouth.
he's been kind of quiet since.
Yeah, I was scared
by
of Doku
quiet,
to
you mean
start
shit.
the
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I'm recognizing that United still have to play City once more this season, so I am.
That's coming
I
up.
am holding back.
That's coming up really soon, I
I
think.
know it is in
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Is
so-
it next week? Ooh.
No, the week after.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if your forwards just had any sense, there was one, I think Sterling had one as well in the second half where he really should have scored. But hey, look, at the end of the day, City could have won as well. Haaland, he's not playing well. Well, let me rephrase that. since he's come back from injury, he's not looked anywhere close to his best. If that makes sense, it's crazy that he's still top scorer.
Yeah, but it's been.
He's only scored in one game, right? Since coming back.
How many games has he been back? 2 games.
I think it's been like 4 or 5.
Back? Is that many?
Yeah, he's been back a while, and I'm sure. I mean, the fact that he's still getting all these chances is a testament to how
he's just rusty.
dominant he is.
Yeah.
His finishing has been erratic. It was erratic before his injury. It's been erratic since. But yeah. If he was anywhere close to his best, City probably end up winning that game like 3 or 4-1.
For sure. I mean, given we played good defensively, but the City still had a good amount of chances, and I knew, like I'm just thinking ahead. It was second half. We've made our subs.
I didn't like
those subs. Really cost you momentum. Yeah. Like the one that I really disliked was taking off Palmer and bringing on Chalobah and going to that 5 at the back, because you just started inviting. And Palmer was doing a good job of like progressing the ball, getting you guys forward. It's a shame none of your chances actually fell to him, because he's the one guy who I'm like, he'll put it away.
I didn't like Nkunku's performance either, to be honest.
Nkunku was.
He looks unfit.
He's almost like they told him, "Hey, just don't go too hard. I don't want to get."
Yeah, hurt, that's what it looked like. Exactly. It looked like he was injured. He did no sprinting. Like your team is trying to hold on. Give them an outlet, and he was like, "Nope."
It's like when they brought on Nkunku, they also moved Jackson to like left mid or something. Jackson, for all of his faults as a finisher, and good lord, there are many, he was doing a good job of holding the ball up.
Yeah.
And they removed him from that position. It was just like it was bad subs by Poch.
I don't mind the, putting Chalobah on and have another defensive player to try and hold that lead. I mean, I feel like a lot of managers would do that. You know what I mean? If we had Conte, Mourinho, like they'd be doing that same thing. You know what I mean? Just park the bus. So I'm not really against that. It just didn't work out.
Wasn't it Chalobah that ended up hitting the ball into his own net after Diaz's shot?
It deflected off him. Yeah. But
that's the downside of having that many bodies at the back. You don't get, there were no outlets anymore. I mean, look, I get it. It is City, and you were winning 1-0 right at the time. Yeah, so
it's like, okay, hold the lead. Your attackers are tired. I get it. So I'm not too fussed about it. We didn't lose. We didn't concede 2. So at the end of the day, it's a point. I've taken a point at the start of the game. You know what I mean? You told me 1-1 City. I'm taking it.
It's a great result for Chelsea, and a pretty damaging one for City.
I mean, we say it's a great result for Chelsea. I mean, it's a result for Chelsea. It doesn't do anything.
Keeps them 10th. Hey, it is their birth. They knew if they won this game, they'd be going up to like 8th or 7th. But they knew that, and they're like, no, we can't win this one. We got to draw it. We got to stay 10th.
Aren't Chelsea still playing this week? They're playing midweek, right? Because they have the... Oh, no, that's Liverpool.
No, they don't.
Sorry, that's Liverpool.
Liverpool play midweek, yeah.
Okay, because I know they have the Carabao Cup final coming up. So...
Yeah, that's coming up soon, right?
Isn't it next week?
Next week.
That's why I thought you were playing as well.
Okay.
But I guess not.
Yeah. So just again, I guess final thoughts. Like, I'm content with it. We're still kind of. What's that? Pochin? Whatever. I'm just not fussed. You know what I mean? Yeah. Decent run of form since. I mean, the thing is this. All I ask for is this. You know what I mean? We put in good performances like against City twice now. We put in a good performance against like Arsenal before, but it's so inconsistent. You know what I mean?
I think it's because of your midfield. You can't control games. That's why. Yeah. Even in this game, I could see like Enzo. Was it Enzo Caicedo and Gallagher again?
Yeah.
What was the midfield? Yeah. They did well at what they could, but athleticism is a big problem in your midfield. Like, Enzo was on the edges of his physicality. It's like watching Bruno in midfield. It's just on the edge of his physicality a lot. Caicedo, I don't know what's happened to him. And Gallagher, obviously, he's the one that gives you the legs. So I feel like in bigger games, you just can't control games because your players aren't great at covering space. But in games like this, you don't need to. You just get the ball forward quickly, right? Yeah. And let your attackers do what they need to do. So
all I want to see is like, you play like 3 good games, have a shit game, and then go another 3 games. I'm okay with that. I just don't want to see one good game, 2 shit games, 1 good game, 3 shit games. Like it's that's just
this is the level of bargaining that Tommy has reached.
But yeah,
wow.
We'll take it. Yeah,
Champions
take the point
of Europe
run.
like 3 years ago.
Take the pointer run. Yeah, let's go.
You're not that far off a conference league spot.
I've seen the standings. I'm not going to mention.
Who wants to
anything,
get into
but
conference? You want to go into conference league?
Yeah. No. But I know. I've seen how close.
But that's the thing. If Chelsea
is.
take the conference league spot, then United won't be in it.
So you would rather be 8th? And
Just not in the conference league.
okay.
Wait,
All
doesn't win the Carabao Cup put you in the Conference League?
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 thoughts to Europe for Tommy.
We have 2 chances to get into Europe. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Into Europe.
You don't seem very excited by this.
Nah, I can't. I mean, I don't know.
He's optimistic that they might win the Carabao Cup final, though. So that's
Hey,
I've
new.
seen
Look at that.
Liverpool's
Yeah.
injuries
Look at that.
piling up. There is some
Look at that.
optimism coming
Okay. Hope is back.
When we
Hope
we'll
is
talk
back.
about Liverpool. We'll talk about.
Oh,
injuries,
just in
so-
time for it to get dashed again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, a trophy's a trophy. I'll take it.
Oh, confident. Okay.
Yeah.
Not just hopeful, confident. Yeah.
Let's move on to another team just that has no fucking control of midfield. Luton 1, Man United 2. I had a friend text me after because Højlund scored twice in the first 7 minutes of this game.
Good goals.
And someone texted me and was like, "Oh, they're finally putting in like a performance. They're gonna like smash Luton now." And I responded because I have seen Man United play, my friends. I responded, "No. Just you wait." 5 minutes later, United concede and then edge of the fucking seat for the rest of this game. Jesus fucking Christ! I mean, if we took our chances, we'd have scored 5 or 6 in this one.
Yeah.
But after Højlund did a good job rounding the goalie, the rest of our players decided to do terrible jobs rounding the goalie.
In fairness,
There was
Bruno
the
did round him as well.
There was the insane block by Samuel
Lokonga,
Lokonga on
yeah.
Bruno.
He rounded the goalie.
That was
but
unbelievable.
and then Garnacho rounded the goalie, and then I don't know if he
Garnacho
thought
did
he
not
maybe
round the goalie properly. He did
Did
not.
he not?
The
I
goalie
thought he
got a
chopped
piece of
back
that.
again and again. I couldn't remember.
The
but
goalie got a piece of that while he was trying to round the goalie. So then he tried to chop it back inside. Even after the goalie got a piece of it, I was just yelling at him to shoot.
yeah, see, you're under the goalie. Goalie could touch it. The net's still empty. Well, I mean, there was a defender on the line, I think. So he overthought it.
Still
But,
fucking shoot. He could Chalobah it in. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Kaminsky's not a bad goalie either for Luton. He's pretty decent. Yeah.
Kaminsky is insane. Like, he is charging out at every one-on-one, charging out of the box.
The
He made some
Bruno
good
one,
saves, but
the Bruno one, he
Jesus.
tries to handle that outside the box.
He's
Like,
outside the
he's
box. I'm
outside
like,
the box.
You're
He
gonna get
tries to
yourself
handle
sent
it.
off.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But
I thought he was gonna do it on the Garnacho one as well, but he stayed in, thankfully. But
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, like,
Casemiro's legs are all the way gone, man. Like
They
he's
are
all the
dust,
way gone.
man.
He was
They
so
are
close to getting
dust.
sent off as well.
he got himself. He and Maguire got themselves subbed off at halftime. They were
Yeah,
playing that.
they had
badly.
to be.
Wow.
It's one of those
Like
where
Johnny
it's
Evans.
just-
Johnny Evans, unironically, our best defender on the
why
day.
doesn't he play more? Is he just not? He doesn't have the ability to play.
It might just be
multiple
like,
games?
yeah, the
Yeah.
recovery. Because
Because
what?
I don't
50?
get what. Yeah, because like I'm watching Maguire, I'm like, you are nowhere near Johnny Evans. It's just crazy to think.
That's
Imagine,
Like, just
imagine saying
nowhere
that in
near.
2024 about like a genuinely like 36-year-old Johnny Evans.
Like that one-on-one that he had, I can't remember who it was against. It was only ending up one way. Like he was either going to be hauling down or he was going to get past Maguire. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, he was. I don't know whether he's instructed to play as aggressively
it's just slow.
charging up.
That's
but,
slow center back play. You don't
So I'm
want
like, he looks like he's watched a YouTube video of Lisandro Martinez like attacking players, and he's trying to do the same thing. Except
Maguire's
he
always
can't
done that
fucking
though.
recover.
He's always done that.
It just stood out to me a lot more in the Luton game, where I was just like, you're overcommitting so far up the pitch. You're
Yeah.
never getting back. What are you doing? But
A
you know,
couple-
survived the Ross Barkley special at the
keep
end.
doing-
Almost scored off a corner. But
Yeah,
sick.
He was
There's a couple
excellent.
of things-
Jesus,
A couple of things I picked up from this game. And one was, I absolutely loved Højlund's second goal. Like the
yeah,
chest.
fantastic finish.
Absolutely
Fantastic
brilliant.
finish.
like
yeah.
that's a guy playing with confidence now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the first goal, like a striker rounding the keeper, I'm just like, yeah, that's a striker playing with confidence. Like,
You sure?
loved what he did.
Sure. You see Bruno? That's a player with confidence. He's rounding the keeper.
Bruno never lacks for confidence.
Yeah.
It's something he never
rest.
lacks.
That guy needs a rest.
Who, Bruno?
Bruno, yeah. It seems like
he will never rest.
He will never rest, but he needs one. And that was second
it would be really fucking useful if Mason Mount
Oh yeah,
was
that
fit.
guy. Yeah, that guy.
Could actually rotate Bruno out.
But they did drop Bruno into the pivot, right? Like in the second half. They brought him back and pushed McTominay higher up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
think you
pushing
look much
McTominay
better.
higher up.
You look
Yeah.
much better, actually, having Bruno beside
Yeah,
Kobe Manu.
second half with the rest of the first half after we conceded was a fucking shit show.
Shocking.
The second half, making the changes, getting Maguire and Casemiro off, getting McTominay up to like push a little bit higher, improved the situation. We're still easy to run through, but you know, it was less chicken with their heads cut off stuff.
And you were able to create more chances in transition, which is, I mean, this is just Ole ball. It's just Ole ball at this point. There is nothing, just accept it. This is what you are now, and
I am okay being a transition team. Just fuck it, it's fine. I've accepted it.
Bring back the hair.
Yeah. The moment we face a team that can actually finish, we are fucked. We are so fucked.
You are playing
What I
Man City
noticed
next,
is,
or
is
in
it-
2 weeks. So.
No. We got one game before.
Yeah.
I think we play Fulham and then City.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
One thing I noticed a lot was how many times Rashford would make good runs through the middle, and then once he got into a certain area, you knew 100% he was just always going to shoot.
I'm trying not to talk about Rashford. I'm really trying not to talk about Rashford.
It's so frustrating.
It's
to
really
watch.
he is really bad to watch right now. His attitude stinks, and I'm
Yeah.
trying not to. Even defensively, there's a clip.
There is a
going around.
clip of Ross Barkley just
It's so bad.
just running back and forth, and Rashford just eventually is just like, fuck it, I got it.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's
I'm
jogging,
trying,
man.
I'm trying not to talk about Rashford. Yeah, it's
If we had any better wingers in reserve other than Anthony, Rashford would be benched.
yeah. How old is Rashford now? Is he still 26?
26, 27?
Yeah, he's
something like
26.
that. He's not a young player. Like,
He still gets pulled into the conversation. I saw a tweet recently. Ranked these best young wingers in the Prem, and I'm seeing Rashford. I'm like, Rashford's
He's not young.
26. You're comparing him to like Foden, Saka, Garnacho, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. But he's like Walcott. He's a new Walcott, just forever.
very much like he is very Theo Walcott.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like 3 points. We'll take it.
3 points, positive goal differential. Don't forget.
Positive goal
that.
differential for the first time since
Since the first day of the
week
season.
1. And
That's nuts. That is nuts. I saw that stat. I'm like, what? First day of the season. So you've just been like this the entire 0 minus 1, 0 minus 1, 0 minus 1.
yeah, pretty much. Well, so occasionally we'll get slapped and we'll go down to like -6, and then we'll like slowly build it back up to 0.
Who slapped you this season? I don't remember.
I don't know. Probably someone probably did. I think City slapped us, didn't they?
I can't even remember City slapping you guys. Like, yeah, I don't remember City slap because you don't.
No, City was 3-0, right? I guess kind of a light slap.
A light slap,
a gentle
a polite
slap.
slap, yeah.
The gentleman's slap, as some would say. Speaking of City, one thing that I completely forgot to mention during the City-Chelsea game. Did you see when Walker went down in the box under like a challenge from Sterling, and then didn't get the decision and started breakdancing?
Like a dying fish.
Amazing stuff. Tommy, you look confused.
You didn't
How do
see
you
it,
not
did
remember
you?
the single?
He did a handstand with his head.
I was trying to, because like City, they asked for so many penalties in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't think that had no offense. I don't know why they were upset.
And also, just not the weirdest thing Walker has done recently. Did you see his sit-down interview where he talked about he sat down for an interview to apologize for having a second family.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. He embarrassed his wife further.
With 2 kids.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
After denying it for years. He's been denying it for years, and then
the sit-down interview that he was doing. That's really weird. That's such a weird way to do that. Like,
He's a weird guy. He has a long history of doing strange things. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, but great athleticism. The handstand with his neck.
Oh,
was
wonderful
really
athleticism. One of the greatest right backs in Premier League history. Just an objectively strange human being. Moving on from that aside, Burnley 0, Arsenal 5. Fucking cakewalk. Absolute cakewalk.
Yeah. There are no talking points for this game. Like, they just weren't very good. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Say Saka's been scoring lately, which is nice, right?
Get Saka back into the goal scoring touch. You know,
I think I did say last week that I feel like Trossard is our best striker. Like, or our best team is with Trossard up front. It was the same last season, and I don't know. Jesus has some work to do to get back in. You saw the Kai Meg, Tommy? Yeah.
Oh, the goal was brilliant. It was a brilliant goal. Yeah.
He settled in nicely.
He's got his confidence back, which is nice to see. Yeah.
We have a bunch of injuries.
Get Mount's cough. Oh, well, I'll settle for Mount's like cough being okay to start with. Then we can work on the confidence.
Yeah. We have a bunch of injuries that we need to get back, like injured players that we need to get back for the running. I like the fact that they're not rushing people back, but the squad is looking a bit light. So I think Jesus and Zinchenko will be back pretty soon. You have Tomiyasu, Partey, and I'm not expecting Timber to be back.
No.
I mean, he will be back. I'm just not expecting any contribution.
Not this season, really.
I think he's scheduled to be back end of March. So he'll be on the bench, maybe have some sub appearances here and there. But yeah, even Fabio Vieira is supposed to be back soon. Yeah. So
you're listing all these players that I frankly forgot were at
Exactly, that's the problem, right? Like, we've had a thin squad the entire season. But yeah. We need to beat Newcastle next, and then go into the international break, whenever that is, and the run-in begins. So let's see. I'll be honest with you. I watched City. I don't know. Like, compared to last season. Like, last season, I knew we were going to get beat every time we played City. Right? Like, I just felt like there was no hope with that team. Like, they didn't concede, and they had Haaland and KDB in crazy form. Like, they might beat us, but I feel like we can beat them this season. I saw Chelsea tear through them. Like, we've already beaten them. Like, I don't know. Might be crazy for thinking that, but
no, I don't look crazy at all.
They don't look that.
They look
fearsome.
Beautiful. They beautiful. Do. And Liverpool is falling apart with injuries. It might be Arsenal's time to creep in right now, for sure.
Still picking up results. I think Liverpool have the easiest run-in of the three. I say easiest. That's mainly because they only have City to play next, left. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So far, so good. We're doing what we can.
Yeah. Got that goal difference way up too, which is nice.
Speaking of Liverpool, they beat Brentford 4-1, but like you just said, the injuries are really starting to pile up, because Jota, I saw just today that they think he might be out for 2 months. He had, I think, Norgard or someone just freak accident, just land on his knee. It looked awful.
It's just in and out. Salah's back.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Nunez,
I told you.
Hey, Darwin Nunez rolled a nat 20 on his finish. Like, great finish, and then pulled a hammy right after.
Have you ever seen a more long ball team than Liverpool? They play zero midfield football, just long. Like, and Brentford, for some reason, just couldn't win any headers. That was basically every Liverpool goal, just a long ball, and then Liverpool win the flick on, or Brentford don't get a good connection on the flick on, and then Liverpool are in. It's nuts.
Brentford made some atrocious mistakes at the beginning of this one.
Yeah. It's just long ball footy. I credit to them. It's working, but it's nuts. Like, drop back.
Did Darwin hamstring pull? That's confirmed. Like, he actually hamstring injury.
They subbed him off at halftime.
Yeah, they subbed him off at halftime.
It came off. Like, it'll be a few weeks, I think.
Okay.
Probably 2 or 3 weeks.
That sucks, actually. Damn.
They had 3 injuries in this game, right? Jota,
Curtis Jones got hurt.
Yeah, Curtis Jones in the second.
I think he hurt his ankle. I don't know. I can't remember seeing how long he's supposed to be out for. But I think Szoboszlai is already hurt.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai, he got hurt too?
He's
I
already
was hurt
He's been
before.
hurt.
He's hurt before.
Yeah.
I heard Trent. I know Trent and Allison got hurt before.
Trent and
Allison's a
yeah.
big one. That's a big one.
That's huge.
Like, I don't know if it's a long-term injury, but I know
he's out
if
for
he's
at
out
least
for
a month or two. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's a big loss. So
Man, this is why I'm like, oh yeah, Carabao Cup. Oh, looks nice. Yeah.
Just you know what's gonna happen now. This is gonna go to pens, and Keller is gonna save 3 of them.
yeah, Salah is back. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
He'll
Salah's
patch some
back.
of these holes. You know what I mean?
He's-
Just
They-
He
he
got
scored in this
goal
game.
and assist.
yeah.
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 it's nuts.
He didn't even look
Yeah.
that great, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's just
He
an
was- yeah.
output. He's an output machine.
But he
It's not
just
even-
but he scores. He keeps
Oh, he does
scoring.
that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they could have his injuries, but he's gonna like gloss over these with like, especially like Tony says, like they don't have the toughest of run-ins. Like I'm looking through their schedule: Luton, Forest. Of course, they got to play City, right?
Yeah.
But like they don't have the hardest schedule.
They
so
are
with these
they are
injuries,
well placed to deal with injuries to the forward line in particular.
Yeah.
Because if you look at them now, they can still play a forward line of Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. That'll still get them through 90% of games. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The City game tougher, but again, City defensively, like, not been great. If
Is that game at
defensively they
Anfield?
have back by that point.
That game's on Anfield, right?
No, the City game. Oh yeah, it's on AFL. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
It's on Anfield. So
That's good news. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like City will beat them. To be honest, I don't know. I feel like watching that midfield play. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But I think I need a draw in that game. Huh? Probably the best result for us.
Probably for Arsenal. Yeah, a draw is
Yeah.
the best result. Yeah.
We'll see. But
I mean, let's move on to a team that isn't coping very well in recent times. Spurs 1, Wolves 2.
they're just shit. It's not has nothing to do with Klopp.
I mean,
they're just shit.
That
They've been like this the
second
entire
Wolves
season.
goal. That second Wolves goal was a joy to watch. The
Yeah.
counterattack, beautiful
Again.
stuff. João Gomez with just an emphatic finish after starting the attack, I believe, in his own box.
Wolves
Just
blitzed
Pedro
them early
Neto.
on.
And was it Pedro Neto
Pedro
running
Neto
down
was so
again?
much fun.
They
He is
blitzed
so good.
Tottenham very early on. Like they had a flurry of chances at the beginning of the game. I keep saying it. If you look at their underlying metrics, Spurs, it's not better than last season. It's really not. Like for expected goals and expected goals allowed, like everything's just same. It's just vibes. The vibe is good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Look,
pretty
as
much
a
it.
as another
Vibes FC?
based team.
Yeah.
Look, hey, vibes are underrated, man. What are the expected vibes? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I think with Spurs it's like whenever they're missing like one player, like I think they're missing both their fullbacks, right? And Porro is injured, and I forget who plays on this side.
Udogie.
but
Udogie.
Udogie, yeah, and they got to put in their, you know what I mean, backup. It just goes to shit. You know what I mean? When Madison was injured, went to shit. They rely so much on their top 11 to actually
Shut up.
perform.
Is that a washing
But-
machine? I feel like you gotta watch it.
Yeah, that was actually, you heard that? That was my washing machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the other room. How did you guys do that?
Well, it's a very loud beep.
Yeah.
Well, I would say one thing. Watching Kulusevski, he's got a really quick trigger with his shooting technique.
Yeah.
His goal was
very,
nice.
very
This goal was
That
actually.
was a very it was
Yeah.
a very futsal finish.
He
very
feels like a
nice
striker to me, Kulusevski, more than like a wide player. Or
Right.
I think he was playing
I
as a
see
10
that.
in this game. Was he playing as a 10, like behind the striker, or
finish. I feel like he was definitely a lot out wide, but yeah, it could have been, yeah.
I don't know.
But I just, yeah.
yeah,
one
he's
thing I
a
noticed.
good player. Just can't stay
Yeah.
fit.
Yeah.
But good player. I feel like the whole
Right.
Spurs team is injury prone,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Like, they just keep taking turns having like key players out. 'Cause Van de Ven and Madison were out for a while. By the time they come back, Son is off at the Asia Cup. He comes back. Both the fullbacks are injured.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when Son is done? Like, is the quality really there in that team? Like to deal with his prolonged absence? I guess we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Richarlison stepped up now that Kane left, so he started scoring a few more goals. Maybe, I don't know. Who do they have as backup for Son
yeah,
last
they,
month? Brendan
they
Johnson.
need to
might do
lean into
something.
that. Brendan Johnson's not been good. and
No.
yeah.
But hey, he might be. Richarlison wasn't good last season. You never know.
Are we suddenly saying Richarlison is good? Is that what we're doing
No,
now?
I'm not.
We're saying
in
he
that
is
realm.
better than he
No,
was
he
last
is better.
season. And
For sure he's
tell you
better,
what,
yeah.
he is scoring. Like,
And you know what he did?
that's all you
Yes, he
can
did.
ask.
He did come out. He said that, you know what I mean. He went to see a therapist. He was having a lot
did.
of mental health issues.
He's
and it
genuinely
certainly
he's a
helped him,
very
yeah.
he's a very good advocate for
Yeah.
mental well-being in
Yeah.
football. Like for all the shit we give him on the pitch, I think he does a good job advocating for that stuff.
Yeah, it certainly helped him for sure.
Let's move on. The Kingdom of Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 2. Drop points for Newcastle. They did fight back to get a late equaliser through Matt Ritchie, who, frankly, I'm not sure anyone realised was still at the club.
He's played a lot.
Goal against his former team. Has he played a lot this season?
It's had to because of their injury problems. He's played a lot more than I expected to. Let me put it that way.
Okay, but I will say that Matt Ritchie playing like 2 games is playing a lot more than I expected to.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, Newcastle's season is kind of descending into a bit of nothing.
Chaos?
Really.
Yeah.
Oh, not chaos. Just
They score a lot of goals. They
Inconsequential
concede
chaos.
a lot as well.
Yeah.
Ever since Nick Pope got injured, their defenses looked like an absolute mess.
He's out for the season, right? I think we said.
I'm not sure if it's for the entire season, but it's still a while longer because there's some pretty major shoulder injury, if I remember correctly.
Matt Ritchie has 12 appearances this season, so
That is bullshit.
yeah, he has 12 appearances. 8 in the
I
league.
do not believe
8
it.
in the league. So, and the rest were in Europe. So, he's played a lot.
Why are they bringing on Matt Ritchie in the Champions League? This is why they went out.
Who
Matt
else do they
Ritchie's
have?
playing the
I
Champions
mean,
League.
Callum Wilson is pretty much done at this point. Like, you
he's
see
in
the way he
surgery,
popped
I
his
think.
shoulder,
Yeah.
like, it's being held together by one tendon at this point.
Yeah,
He's,
the only role Newcastle are going to have now are playing spoiler to top teams to see if they can get points off them, right? That's about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
tell you what, if they reduce Dan Ashworth's gardening leave, I'd very much appreciate that.
Okay, tell me, who is this guy? I've been hearing so much news about him.
He's
Who-
the former director of football for Brighton. Newcastle picked him up once they got taken over, and now United are poaching.
They want him. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, he's requested to because he's friends with one of the Ineos guys, Brailsford, I think the guy's name is. They worked together in the FA before, and United want him to be director of football. He's under contract with Newcastle for another year, I think. So he requested to leave. They put him on gardening leave, which is just, I mean,
This is
Great
3
for him.
moves in
I'm
like
like-
4 years, right? Like,
yeah.
it's
must
a
be
bit
because-
boring. He
yeah,
jumps
because
ship
it
a
was-
lot.
Is he really that
It's-
good? That
I guess
you
it's-
have to
it's-
go
It's
for
not
him?
about
two
being
moves-
good.
two
Like,
moves in-
we don't know. We will never
We
know.
don't know.
We'll,
Okay.
we will never know. Like, his role is not forward facing, right? Like, we just will never know. But they need a joined up United. I'm talking about need just joined up thinking. So the fact that they're actually putting someone there is good. Because you've had
You know
nobody.
what really annoys me is that Ineos, in about how long has it been since the thing was confirmed? 3 months, 3 months, have made more fucking progress on appointing actual football executives
Yeah.
than the Glazers did in 10 years. Like, it's fucking embarrassing.
Glazers are just shareholders, man. They're just
It's
shareholders. They just
so
check their
bad.
stock prices. That's all.
Yeah.
And when they need money, they cash out. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. Yeah, they have no
It's
interest
so bad.
in running your football club. But we'll see how. Right now, you're trying to sort out the operations side, which is good. United. You need to sort out the football as well, right? And,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do one before you can do the other, right?
Yeah.
You gotta get the executive team in place and then have them come together and actually sit down, have football people making football decisions.
Yeah. So
It's promising. Let's see how it goes.
So,
As of right now, they haven't agreed a price with Newcastle for him.
So we're still a few years from a competent, United, right? Yeah.
Look, we
Define
could
competent.
be
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could be a few years, we
Not
could be a few
spending
decades.
100 million on Casemiro or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, well,
Hey,
I mean,
we only
that
spent
should-
like 50. We only spent 50 million.
50,
Casemiro.
60,
Gotcha.
60.
60.
60? 60.
Yeah.
All right.
What's another 10 mil to the way United do business? Disasters. We got very sidetracked from Newcastle Bournemouth.
Nothing interesting happened.
Yeah, we can move on.
Nothing interesting happened.
Oh, Dubravka fell over and gave Solanke a tap in. That was pretty fun.
It's Dubravka, man.
Semenyo scored a really nice goal. These guys deserve their shout-outs.
Yeah, and now we've shouted them up. Good for them.
All right. At Tony's insistence, I will move on. Fulham 1, Aston Villa 2. Ollie Watkins getting both goals in this one. A much-needed win for Villa because their form has slipped of late. This keeps them, I believe, 4th. And especially with Spurs losing, that's very nice for them. Actually, they take 4th from Spurs by winning this one. So back in the top 4, maybe they can try to start rectifying their home form next.
Quick question: it's the top because the new Champions League format happening next season. It's 5 from England, right?
We don't know yet. At the moment, it looks like
Okay.
it's going to be 4 because United shit the bed in Europe.
Oh, like the coefficients.
Yeah.
That's how it's based on? Gotcha.
Newcastle also shit the bed in Europe.
Newcastle as well.
All the Uniteds shit the bed in Europe.
Sorry.
There we go.
That's what I meant. Uniteds shit
Thank
the bed
you.
in Europe.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone else did their bit. Brighton did their bit, Villa did
Yeah.
their bit, Arsenal did their bit, Liverpool did their bit, City did their bit. But you guys,
Gotcha.
yeah,
All
well
right.
done. So,
So we can say that Villa are holding on to the last Champions League spot.
well, we don't know because if
But
Liverpool win the
most
Europa
likely,
League
most likely, yeah.
and City or Arsenal win the Champions League, you never know.
Oh, gotcha.
So-
Okay. Then.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
look
still
at
up in
your
the air.
face when you said that. Look at your face.
I was expecting some pushback, so I
No,
made sure I
just
put
find
City
I just
over
find it
Arsenal.
funny. I just laugh.
I am. Don't worry. I am just noting all this down in my little book.
Villa's
At the end
won.
of the
They
season,
could win. They could win the conference, right? They should win.
Villa should, with the amount of money English clubs have, whichever
Yeah.
English team is in the Conference League should be winning it each year.
Yeah, and then they can parade it as the champions of Europe, like West Ham have shamefully been doing. Yeah.
Oh, if I was West Ham, if you gotta
No.
do it, man, take a
No.
trophy in
No, no,
Europe,
no.
take it.
You can celebrate it. Don't fucking go around singing champions of Europe. They're the third-rate European competition that's been manufactured. Like
Tony is just mad because West Ham have more European championships than Arsenal.
championships, they don't. But okay.
European trophies, my
Trophies,
bad. European
trophies,
trophies.
Again, they don't. But okay. Let's go. Move on.
Go on.
So do we. We have 1 or 2. I can't remember now.
What the hell did Arsenal win in Europe?
Must have been way back.
The
way
European Cup Winners' Cup, right?
No,
Yeah.
forgot.
I don't
that
know
was
what
a
I
thing.
don't know what happened to that. That to me,
It got folded into the Europa League, or into at the time the UEFA Cup.
Were there not 3 separate competitions, or like,
The Cup Winners' Cup was its own thing, and then it got folded into the UEFA Cup, which then became the Europa.
Because the quality in the Cup Winners' Cup was good, because you had teams that could
Yeah.
actually win. I don't know why they.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah.
what? I'm drawing a blank here. What was the Cup Winners' Cup?
If you won one of the cups in your
Domestic?
like if you won the
Domestic
FA
league,
Cup,
you
you go
qualified.
into the Cup Winners' Cup.
yeah,
Oh, that's what that. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I remember now. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it became basically like if you won the FA Cup, you go into the Europa League
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
the UEFA Cup at
Yeah.
the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's how you know it's been a slow week when we're discussing the Cup
Cup
Winners'
Winners'
Cup.
Cup. Yeah.
Good result for Villa. Moving on. We just spoke about European champions West Ham. Well, they lost 2-0 to former European champions Nottingham Forest. Forest with
Actual
European
yes,
titles.
actual.
Yeah, 2 of them, right? I think. Yeah.
yeah.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Calvin Phillips might be the worst signing of the season. These
So
first
far,
3
he's the
games
worst.
he's had with West Ham, like he has been fully responsible for 2 turnovers that led to goals. And now he has been sent off in his 3rd game. And Jesus Christ.
They've lost every game, right?
I think he's played 4 games actually.
4 games, yeah.
You're
Has he
skipping
played
the
4?
Arsenal one. You're skipping the Arsenal one, right?
Oh God, no! Yeah, I assume that's just been burned from the memory for West Ham.
Yeah.
Burn that tape. Don't let it see the light of day.
Yeah,
Did he even play against Arsenal?
he did. He was useless. He came off the bench, I think, and he was useless. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. He's really bad right now. He's done nothing to justify Pep choosing not to play him. The only strange decision is that they signed him in the first place. Yeah. Incidentally, about this game, Nottingham Forest have hired Mark Clattenburg. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? As some kind of refereeing consultant.
I don't understand it one bit.
Because they get so many decisions against them. They want to know.
They wanted fun. They're going to experiment on Mark Clattenburg to try to figure out how a referee's brain works. Because,
it seems unethical to me.
I mean, is Clattenburg still working with the PGA?
He's not, but he's got a very strong relationship with them, and he's doing freaking TV shows about, what referees do and all this. I don't know. It's weird. To me, it's weird. Look, I'm very anti-refereeing, but there's got to be a line that you don't cross, I think. It feels like Forest are very close to crossing it as for too much. But, yeah.
I mean, between that, they see that they're already facing those charges for the financial situation. Between them signing 40 players a year, Forest are going to do whatever the fuck they do at this point. Like, I don't think there's rhyme or reason to them. But, hey, pressure's mounting on David Moyes at West Ham. Like, and rightly so, in my opinion. Yeah, they won the Conference League last year, but they've looked quite bad the last few weeks.
It's the same, right? The same where they were last season. Do you know what I mean? They're going to end up mid-table. Where were they? I mean, I guess they were fighting for relegation at some point last season, right? They had a.
I mean, they ended up being fairly safe.
Yeah.
But
they started really badly because he tried to change his style of football.
Yeah.
And then to please everyone, and then he decided this is not working. I'm going to go back to putting Antonio up front instead of Scamacca, and played his kick and rush football. Won the cup, and now the cycle has started again. Now the fans are unhappy with the style of football, and it's no longer bringing results.
Big shock. I know, big shock this is going to happen, yeah. No real progress at West Ham. But they got a trophy, right, out of that in this time, so they got something.
Sure. Okay.
They got a trophy, but they also got no goals in the last 3 games, and they've conceded, 11? Was it 6 against Arsenal, 3 against United, 2 against Forest?
Are they paying all of Phillips' wages too? I'm sure, right? They must be. Anyway, and that's another. All of Calvin Phillips' wages.
Oh, I thought you said Fulham for some reason.
No, yeah, Phillips.
No wonder they're doing so badly. They're paying for an entire second club.
Yeah, it's just a lose-lose over at West Ham right now. Yeah.
Actually, it's a lose-lose-lose because it's 3 in a row.
3 in a row. I gotcha. Yeah.
Let's move on to another team that does nothing but lose. I mean, it's difficult to watch Sheffield United, man.
Oh.
Like, I know that Burnley have the same amount of points as them, but it's harder to watch Sheffield United for me because
they should.
It's
they're much worse than Burnley. Much worse. They bought Mason Holgate or loaned it. Did they buy or loan? I don't even know.
They loaned.
They loaned
Everton.
him.
But they also got Austin Trusty from Arsenal. Like,
who?
Exactly. Like, we signed this guy from the States for like $2.5 million, loaned him to the Championship, and Sheffield United said, we'll pay $5 million for him. I'm like, really? Okay, here you go. The guy's terrible. I don't know what's going on at that club. It's like they just decided they didn't want to be here. They want to go back.
That challenge from Holgate.
Shot.
One of the worst challenges.
He's got history for that. He's got history. He's a nasty player.
His foot is above knee height. I don't know the last time I've seen a player slide in with the foot above knee height.
It's one of the worst challenges I've seen in years. I don't know how the ref misses it in the first place.
Yeah, gives a yellow first. Yeah.
Who is Sheffield United's captain? In the post-game interview, he was trying to say it wasn't a red. Like, brother, come on now. This is just...
Yeah. Sorry.
I forget their captain's name. I forget who was giving the interview, but just trying to defend that was astonishing. Like, it is up there with Chris Wilder getting mad at, like, the assistant referee eating a sandwich. These people need to not be allowed to give interviews anymore. Like, you're not allowed to interview until you climb one spot on the table.
To be fair, they are a reflection of him, Chris Wilder. So, yeah. Was it who's their captain? I don't know who their captain is. Is it Bogle? Can't be Bogle. Osborne?
No, it's not Bogle.
No, it's not McAtee.
Hey,
These are all championship, like League One players, but I'm just looking at all of them. Osborne, Bogle, like Jack Robinson. Jesus Christ.
They've lost their last 2 home games 5-0. First time ever in Premier League that a team has done that. That is, just get them down now.
How did they come up?
Yeah,
I know
they're not coming back
they
again.
They finished second in the championship.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how. But I will say they may have beaten Derby County's points record. But good lord, do they have the spirit.
I think Derby County were a better advert for the Premier League than this team. At least they were good to watch at times. They were just really bad at it. This team is awful.
It makes you wonder.
Bring back Robert Earnshaw. Get him up there.
Exactly. He was fun.
It makes you wonder, who do they get points off when you see them play like this? Who the hell do they beat?
Was it Chelsea?
Jeez.
Did they beat
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No. We're safe. But
Okay.
I'm just like
They beat Luton last week.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
But it was
they got
also
some
like
points,
Luton battered them and lost. So
Chelsea beat them 2-0.
Yeah, we beat them.
And
They've
they
beaten
beat
Wolves.
Brentford.
They've beaten Wolves and Brentford, so there's who they take points off. I guess it's just they've capitalized when other teams have been in a poor run of form and just kind of shocked them.
Maybe
That's how they
Wolves.
got. Yeah.
they've conceded 65 goals.
That's insane. That's
Like
insane.
minus 43 goal difference.
Yeah, that's deservedly at the bottom.
Like teams usually end up with like minus 30 to minus 35 when they're relegated.
Oh, I just realized Everton Crystal Palace has started. So
They just I just saw that right now too.
Yeah.
Notification. Yeah.
yeah.
Has there been a goal
Is it-
scored yet?
No,
I mean,
there's
should
not
we-
been goal scored.
Any Jordan Ayew update for us?
Has he been booked? I don't see. Oh no, he's there.
Oh, thank God.
Boo.
Thank God.
Well, I mean, on to Everton Palace quickly. Palace sacked Roy Hodgson. He was also taken ill the day that he was sacked. Thankfully, Palace issued an update that he is in stable condition.
Was it Tommy that made a very bad joke?
I did not make a joke. That was Ahmed. I did not make a joke. I said there's a joke here.
Tommy
That's
walked
all I
up to the line of the joke and was like, I'm thinking better than to do this.
Yeah.
It's the very obvious joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
But thankfully, Roy's in stable condition and is being looked after. But
He quit for this
Oliver
reason.
Glasner.
He quit for this reason. I think. Yeah.
Oliver Glasner has replaced Roy in charge of Crystal Palace. I know very little about Oliver Glasner.
Apparently,
So-
Sky Sports don't know anything about him either because they kept calling him German. He is not German. He is Austrian, is he not? So. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, but then I'm not going to go on Sky Sports and claim one thing. So,
Yeah.
unlike Sky Sports, I will do my research before talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
How do we see this Everton Palace game going? No one look at it right now. I realize we're 10 minutes into the actual game. As
Too
we're
late.
recording this.
I'm looking at it right now.
Tommy, do you have it on in the background or
It's
something?
not on. It's not on. I just seen the live score. That's all. Just see if something happened. Yeah, it's part of my Jordan Ayew watch. Yeah.
I am checking Glasner's
I'm glad you're watching and keeping an eye on him for me.
He was at Eintracht Frankfurt, Wolfsburg. Yeah, he's got a decent CV.
Was he at Eintracht Frankfurt when they had their deep Europa League?
I think
run?
so. When was that? That was the year they beat
A couple of years
Barcelona,
ago,
right?
I think.
He was there in 2021, so he joined in 2021. So there's a good chance. I can't say that with confidence, but let me see.
Because I remember that Frankfurt team being like quite decent.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
see how this goes.
He was a coach. He was a coach that season. So
Makes sense.
yeah.
All
How
right,
do we
Tommy.
see it? Everton, Crystal Palace.
I mean, it truly feels like a Monday 0-0 kind of
Yeah,
fixture.
exactly. It's a bore-fest.
No, I'm going with Everton's gonna squeak out the 1-0 victory.
Hey, betting against the new manager bounce.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm
new
betting
manager
against
bounce.
it. I'm betting against it. Yeah.
I always say 1-1, so I'm gonna say 1-0 Crystal Palace. I have no reason for saying it, but
I will stick with my guns and say that
no.
this game on a Monday just feels like a draw. I'll go 1-1 just to save everyone the hassle of watching a 0-0 game on a Monday. But yeah, like it just feels like a draw to me. But
Ashley Young is still playing Premier League football.
Tommy, I couldn't help but notice that you did not manage to work the word rapturous into anything today.
I'm very disappointed. Yeah.
Wait, but Tony, you're also on this too. You gotta somehow.
No, I never.
Well.
This was your thing. This is your thing.
This is supposed to be for both of us.
I never claimed this.
Oh,
I am the only one that worked it into a sentence. I even gave you an example at the top of how to use it. Nope, it's too late now. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 442. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
Tommy, anything to say for yourself?
Yeah, this is just rapturous. I gotta tell you. Yeah, that's
Jesus
it.
Christ.
What? I knew you were going to try and do it. And it's such a bad use of the word.
All
right. No. That's the note that you're leaving on, Tony. What do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing crazy. Just I enjoyed the chat. Good stuff, boys. That's no forcing
One of these days,
word
one of these days, you're gonna say I hated the chat, and then we're gonna have to sign off.
Yeah, he will when Arsenal fuck it on the last day of the season. He's gonna come here and do a podcast about it. He's gonna hate the chat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.